once more again. So this is a Hayabusa 1300 Suzuki crotch rocket, or you can call it a sports bike. It is a 2011 GSX-R, well, GSX 1300R. So the thing with this bike is, it was brought to me to get it running. The guy said he bought it from another gentleman who laid it down and it busted the stator cover, and they put another stator cover on there, which that looks like the same cover to me, but he said ever since then it wouldn't turn over. When you turn the key on, you can jump it at the solenoid and it'll turn over, but it won't fire up. So he bought it like that. He put a new battery in it. Everything lights up. But when you hit the start button, the high beam, low beam light flashes, but you got no start. I think we tried pulling in on the clutch. Let's try that and see what that does. I don't remember if we did or not. I'll get y'all in the stand. Anyway, it could be a voltage issue. It could be something unhooked when it went down. Like I say, I don't know. He brought it to me like this, so we're gonna figure it out and see what's wrong with it. So I'm gonna try pulling in on the clutch handle. Lights look kind of dim, so it could be a voltage issue. It's got a new battery, but that don't mean nothing. Nope, nothing there. So we could put the jumper box on it and see if there's just a low battery. But right off the gate, I see some wires right here. I don't know what they go to. They got some little connectors on them where it might have went into a plug. They don't have a date on the battery, but he said he bought a new battery for it. So what I'm going to do, let's put a jumper box on it and see what that does. This thing's been stretched out too. It's got the extended swing arm on it, got the long chain. I really don't like the paint job. Aftermarket seat covers. The front one says Bootsy. Bootsy. A Bootsy. There's the side cover that's got some damage. So I don't know if this thing actually busted the stator cover or not, because that scratches look fresh. I mean, it matches the cover. So let's just get a jumper box and put on it. These motorcycles were the thing back in the day when they first came out. Everybody wanted a 1300 Hayabusa Suzuki. And first thing they do to them is stretch them out. I mean, because they got so much power, they just stand up. You stretch them out, it keeps you from wheeling and good for racing. I didn't too much care for them, but they were real popular when they came out. So we got jumper box on it. Now everything just lit up. I mean, everything. All the lights got brighter. Let me show y'all. As soon as I hooked the jumper box up, everything on the dash got bright. And it says check. Let's just see what it does. Nothing still. But everything lit up when I hooked that jumper box. See, when I unhooked the jumper, it gets kind of dim, but all the gauges went up. Let's see. Let me try pulling the clutch in again. There's got to be some safety switch. Something's unplugged somewhere. I see the safety switch going to the clutch handle. No horn. But when I hit the horn button, well, that's the horn. It says pass. I don't know what this yellow button's for. But now we got a strong horn. Shit. Something is unhooked. Now these do have a kickstand switch. Sometimes they'll go bad. It's supposed to be if the kickstand is left down, it won't let it crank. We could bypass it. It's just two wires. Better yet, we can just unplug it. Still nothing. I don't remember if these wires have to be together. I think they have to be together. So let me get some wires, or a wire. The headlights, the marker lights are brighter. So that battery had to be weak. I just got a wire with a fuse in the middle. Just hook it up. I know these kickstand switches can go bad. Still ain't got nothing. So I guess we can check the fuses. Fuse box is, cut this booster off. Fuse box is right here. Let's see, we got ignition, signal, high, low, fan, fuel, and head. So we know we got ignition because when you turn the key on, everything lights up. Turn signals, we ain't worried about that, high beam, low beam. We got spare and spare, fuel, fan. So I would think the fuses, something right here though. Another fuse. That fuse is good. Another fuse. Is that a spare fuse over here? Spare 15 amp. Yeah, that's a spare. So I will say, looking at the fuses, one's good. That one looks good. That's a spare anyway. The two bottom ones are spare. That one looks good. I'm gonna say the fuses are good. So the problem could be back here at the starter solenoid, which is right there. We can pull this cover off, find out how this seat come off. It's gotta have a key. Let's see this thing here. This plastic really should split. It should have a latch or something. I bet you that wires go to these LED lights that's up under here. How do you get the rear seat off? Is there a latch or something? I see some kind of metal. Where'd that go? Let me set y'all down for a minute. Figure out how this seat comes off here. Some kind of metal rod. What's that for? Is it connected to anything? Oh, I see the seat latch right here. Oh, it's got a key. Got a lock right there. There we go. Didn't see it. My first time working on one of these. So looks like this whole rear end should come off. This whole tail section. See more wires just disconnected too. A lot of people have been digging in this thing, probably. I think he said he took it somewhere and they didn't want to work on it. A lot of bike shops these days, they don't want to work on nothing old no more. It's got one Allen head screw holding this other side on there. Let me get an Allen head. I mean an Allen wrench. we go. Now we can get to the starter solenoid, which is right here. We'll check the fuse in it. Make sure it's got a good fuse in it. Alright, so I had to get y'all set up a little closer here. Let's see if we got a good fuse and power going to the starter solenoid, because that could be an issue. Power. So this is going to the solenoid. I hear something clicking up there. Oh, turn signal thing is blinking. Why is the turn signal thing blinking? For some reason, the turn signal is blinking and it won't shut off. I don't know what's up with that. Could it be a bad? I hear something clicking. Every time I move something, everything just blinked out up there. There's a bad connection? That's weird. As soon as that's like something's loose. Yeah, when I move this plug right here, I hear a relay clicking. One is a bad solenoid. One of these red wires should be a signal wire coming from up there. Now we don't have no power. Everything's back on. Yeah, somebody's been sticking test lights in here too, because you can see that's got power. Sorry, that's got power. One of these should be a signal wire. It ain't that one. Somebody's been messing with it. It's really not a good idea to stick test lights through wires. You can break a wire connection, but somebody's already done it. So we don't have no. So I bet you if we jump across there, it'll probably turn over, because that's just going straight to it. Yep. So it turns over, jump in the starter. We don't have a signal coming from the start button down to the solenoid, but we have some wires that have power. The turn signal is steady flashing up there for some strange reason. I guess when I unhook the turn signals, that's what happened. Let's see what happens when I hook them back up. turn signal staying on. Now it's off. Still saying check. I went through this with my 750 I had. Kept saying check. I can't remember what it was. I'm gonna have to look that up. Let's just unplug this safety switch again. That thing's got water in it too. Nothing. So I'm gonna have to do some wire checking and see what check means, because what's this? Oh, this is some kind of turn signal mess. These wires here goes to them LEDs. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some checking and see what does check mean that's on the dash. I had a GSXR 750 that did that. Let's make sure we got. I can see the fuses clear as day, but I just want to make sure we got power. That's turn signals. Should be turn signal. Yeah. See, that is high beam, low beam. Yeah, that's switch is caught up under the that's headlights. There we go. All right, well, let me do some digging and I'll bring y'all back once I figure out what's going on here, because something is just not right. So I was messing around with the plugs up here that goes to the on and off switch, and I unplugged the switch, and when I plugged it back up I heard the fuel pump come on and then shut back off, and the check went off and then it came back. But I noticed a lot of corrosion in this plug right here. It's got a lot of corrosion in there. It's all white looking. So I'm gonna spray that out with some contact cleaner and plug. I lost the plug. See, it's all corroded. I'm gonna plug it back up and see what happens. I mean, it was weird because as soon as I unplugged it, the fuel pump went wee, made the little sound. And when I looked at the dash, the check went away, but then it came right back. So I don't know what was up with that, but we're gonna spray some contact cleaner in there. Clean the connection up and see what that does. Could have a corroded connection. I still got the kickstand switch jumped out, but it was just weird how that happened. I'm gonna leave that off. Key on, switch on, still nothing. But when I unplugged that, that was weird. it's really weird that the fuel pump, unless it's got another connection somewhere that's corroded, like I can't get to that one. It's way back there. Okay, that kills everything while I'm plugging that. So that's probably the key switch. It gotta be the key switch. I just don't know what made that. Let's see, we got a harness coming from here. That's the horn button. Guess we can just go around and unplug stuff. Replug it up. Oh, you hear that? You hear that? Hear the fuel pump. It's probably a crank now. Something in that plug is shorted. Then it went back to check. I know you guys can hear it. There's something in this plug that's shorted. I bumped it. It's probably... Oh yeah, look at all that corrosion in there. You see that? It's just full of corrosion. This bike's been sitting outside for a long time. I knew something had to make it I'm gonna hold that. So now it's not saying check. Let me hold the clutch in. I hear the solenoid turn. There it goes. There it goes. It's in that plug right there. Yes, we got something. We got something. But it's not firing up. It's got some bad gas in the tank. I don't know if the fuel pump is bad, but it does turn over. So it's in that plug right there. There we go. It almost cranked. I think I got a bad connection. Come on, baby. Now we lost power. We're losing power somehow. It just killed my boost pack. It almost cranked though. I'm wondering if this battery is really any good. We're going to have to put a battery on it. Let me get some jumper cables, and I don't want to move that plug, but we got some progress. So I'm going to get a jumper cable and a battery. Hook it to there. I think that battery is no good, or it's just kind of dead. But man, it don't have no pipe on it either. It is completely wide open over here. So it's gonna be loud. I should have some jumper cables. Awesome, folks, awesome. We're gonna have to clean all those connections on that plug because it's full of corrosion. Probably gonna have to take like a pick and clean them off. See if we can get a better battery. These things got to have a good battery in order to start. If not, they just won't crank. I did notice that the brake pedal was broken off, so it ain't got no rear brakes. It's just what I need. A bike with no rear brakes, especially a 1300. Alright, I'm gonna hook this car battery to it. If not, I'm gonna have to just let that one charge or find another battery to put in it. So now I don't want to. We got a bad connection somewhere. I'm gonna ground it straight to the frame somewhere. Oh, what was that? That made the fuel pump go off. There's a green wire with a jumper cable, or jumper wire coming off. What's that about? Now we got a bad connection with these battery cables. I'm about to clean those connections. I don't know what's going on here. Not getting a good ground or something. Should be now. Fuel pump. I just believe that battery's just no good. It's smoking the cables. I think we just got a bad battery that's shorted out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put a good battery in it. I think that battery is shorted out. So let me round up a good battery to put in it, but it did try and hit off, so that's good. That's what we needed. So I'm gonna try and put a good battery in it, and hopefully we get it fired up. All right, so I'll put another battery in it. Let's see what it'll do now. Fuel pump's on. But you still ain't got no start again. All right. I got fuel pump. Oh, clutch in. Almost cranked. Man, it takes a lot of power to turn this thing over, don't it? It's got some gas in it, but it's kind of stale. Trying to find a place to ground. It runs. Oil lights coming on, and we got an oil leak. So the stator cover is busted. We got an oil leak right there. Good thing I shut it off. But hey, it runs, but it's pouring oil out of the stator cover. Let's get a flashlight, take a look at that. He told me that the stator cover had been replaced, but looking at the scratches on it, that is not correct. The stator cover has a crack in it right there, just leaking oil. So that means we need to get a stator cover for it, and the rear brake pedal is broken off. So I'm gonna have to order some parts now, but at least we know it runs. I am going to clean up that connector some more so we won't have any more connection issues on that connector. But it sounds pretty good. It didn't want to rev up, probably because the oil light was flashing on. So probably put it in a limp mode or something. But it's got some funky gas in the gas tank also. So I'm gonna get on the horn, call him, and see about ordering some parts and get this thing up and running all the way where he can ride it and enjoy it. All right, so I went ahead and
start draining the oil out of this thing, and as soon as I drained the drain plug, got milky water that came out, milky oil, and the radiator is under a lot of pressure. I took the radiator cap just a little bit loose, and it's under pressure, and this thing's been sitting since yesterday, but it's got a lot of watery oil mix, so I'm hoping this thing don't have a blow head gasket. But let's see if we can get the radiator cap off. I don't know why it's got so much pressure. You can probably hear it. Look at that. So that's a bad sign there. That's a real bad sign. It's building up pressure inside of the coolant system. Let's see, does it got water in there? Or is it oil? It looks kind of gelled up in there. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. It's water and antifreeze, but that oil don't look good. So I'm gonna drain it out, put some oil in it. I gotta still do something about the stator cover that's busted on that side. I'm gonna patch it and put some JB weld on it and see if we can get it back running, wash the coolant system. But with that oil looking like that, that's a bad sign. That means that you might have a blow head gasket or something internal on the engine is crack block or something like that. So it looks like more water than coolant. So things are starting to change. All right, let's get this cover off of here. I talked to the owner, and he actually told me that this bike used to belong to a lady, and then it was sold to another guy who didn't know how to ride, and he's the one who laid it down. And then the guy I'm working on for it now bought it from him. So it's changed hands a couple times. That explains the weird colors. So it started out being a lady's bike, another guy, and another guy. And what I was told is it never had exhaust on it. Well, it's got the 4 in the converter set up, 4 in the 1 converter, but it don't have the slip on. And he said it was running fine till the guy laid it down, and he don't know why it's got milky looking oil. Because the bike just basically sat for a long time after the guy wrecked it. And the clutch cover's been replaced. It got busted on that side as well, real bad. So I don't know what's up with this side. Did the guy lay it down on both sides? I don't know. But I'm gonna try and JB weld that cover. Right now we really don't want to put a whole lot of money in it until we figure out the engine's still good. Get all the screws out. Pretty sure I did. I don't really want to gouge into that side cover, prying it off and mess up the surface where it seals, because it never seal again. Milky oil coming out. So he said it did sit in the weather for about 6 months to a year. So I don't know what's up with that. There's the stator cover, and there's the stator. The gasket even stayed good. That's amazing. If it was mine, it would be jacked up. But anyway, the hole is right there. So I'm gonna try and clean it up real good. Probably have to unplug the stator from the bike, which I should have did that in the beginning. I can actually see the hole from the inside. And get some JB weld on it. See, can we get it sealed up? And hopefully we can get some oil in it. Well, not hopefully, we'll get some oil in it and get it cranked up. Alright, so it's the moment we all been waiting for again. So I went through and I drained the oil out, changed the oil filter. I took the air box off, as you can see. I checked the spark plugs. I checked the air filter, of course. I didn't add any more coolant to it because I want to make sure that it's going to crank up and run and we don't have a head gasket leaking. So I just want to really get it running on the fresh gas that I put in there. I drained the gas tank and put some fresh gas in it too. Well, I'm going to put some fresh gas in it. And charged up the original battery. So let's see what it crank and run way better than it did last time. Also, I patched that stator cover with some JB weld just for now. It might hold. There's really no whole lot of oil pressure there, but he said not to spend a lot of money in it just yet. Let's get it up and running all the way and make sure it's going to run good. So it's going to be loud because it don't have any exhaust on it. Well, it's got the converter down there where the oxygen sensor is because this is fuel injected, but don't have the slip-ons. So let's put some gas in it, fresh gas. And hopefully I don't waste gas everywhere. So the story was with it that, like I said, a girl originally owned this bike. She rode it for a while, then she ended up buying a Harley. The guy that owns it now bought it from another guy that didn't know how to ride a motorcycle. And he rode it for a little bit and crashed it. That's how the clutch cover got broken and the stator cover got a hole in it. So they replaced the clutch cover, but I don't know if they just couldn't get it started to see that the stator cover had a hole in it, but the oil was so bad, so I don't know if it's ever been changed. It had a Suzuki oil filter that looked original. So I'm gonna turn the key on a couple of times to prime up the fuel pump. The start button's been acting kind of funky too. Coolant in it. Tighten the cap up some. Might have air in it. I think it's got air in it. I'm gonna let it run without the radiator cap on. Man, it's loud. It ain't hitting on all the cylinders. For some reason, it sounds like it's not hitting on all the cylinders. We could do the spray test. It don't sound like a 1300 is supposed to sound. Let's see. That one's cold. That one's hot.
sorry if I'm all over the place. That one's hot. So the inside one, so I guess that'll be number 3 and number 1. It's not firing. I don't know if it's coil pack or spark plug. The spark plug look pretty good, but it's only running on 2 cylinders. So with that being said, I'm going to have to check those coil packs, ignition coils. It's either going to be firing or it's going to be a fuel injector that's stuck, but it's only running on 2 cylinders. So I'm going to have to take that air box back off and check for spark, because those 2 cylinders are not firing, and that's why it don't sound real crisp. It just sounds like it's missing. So I'm gonna let it cool off, and then I'll take the air box back off and recheck it. Alright, let's check these coils for spark. So number 1 wasn't firing, and number 3. So it's either going to be a firing issue or a fuel injector issue. But let's just check the coil. The start button acts up. I got the spark plug right here. Oh, it would help if I turn the key on. Something's bad wrong with this start button. I have to spray some connection cleaner in there. I see a spark, so that one's sparking. Thing about these coils, they don't bolt down in the head. They just push down in there. So we got spark on number 1. Good thing I got the fuel pump unhooked. Now number 3, it was doing the same thing. So either it's going to be a fuel injector or a spark plug. We know number 1 coil pack is good. I hate to say it about this gas and blow up. Let's see what number 3 is doing. Kind of hard to see the spark. This start button has got a that one's firing. So I believe we might have a problem in the injectors. I mean, the spark plugs look pretty good. I mean, they can be bad, but I know for a fact it's not firing on 1 and 3. And here's the fuel injectors. Right here. Got an F1 light blinking. Probably because the coils are not hooked up. The wiring looks good. What we could do is crank it up and run it too without the air box on it, and kind of spray some starting fluid at these cylinders and see does they pick up. But actually I'm looking right at the injector nozzle. I'll show you how the injectors send fuel.
So here's your fuel injectors right here. And you can see these little nozzles. They spray right in the back of the throttle bodies, the fuel. This is number 3. I got it unplugged. So we can check power going here, or we can, I guess there's no tapping on the injector. We can crank it up and run it and see if we see any fuel spraying out of it. If we see fuel spraying out of the injectors, then we know that the injector's working, and that means that we have a spark plug issue because we know the coil is good. So I'm gonna hook all the coils back up and put the tank down. The thing about that, you can't see up on the tank. I can prop it up. Another thing I can do is put the spark plug in my spark plug tester I have. We'll try that too. I say, while I'm thinking about that, let me check those spark plugs in my spark plug tester, and then we will know for a fact the spark plugs are good. Alright, so I got my spark plug tester out. You can pick one of these up off of Amazon. Oops, kind of dropped it there. It's got a lot of different name brands and styles, but you put your spark plugs in here. So you kind of open it up. It's kind of hard to open with my hand. Just stick your spark plugs in there. Make sure you close this cover and don't touch it while it's running, because you'll get shot. And put it in there, and you can adjust this dial, and it will give your spark plugs a lot of voltage for spark. What you want to do is look at them real close, see if they're misfiring. You got a nice smooth fire. So these spark plugs, I got it turned all the way up, and they showing pretty good. So we got a problem with an injector, I believe. So what I'm gonna do is put the spark plugs back in, see if I can get this thing fired up, and you can watch the fuel being sprayed into the throats of the carburetors for the throttle bodies. But the thing is, I gotta let the gas tank down. So I might try that. Also, we need to check voltage to each injector, which is this one and this one. 1 and 3. Make sure we got voltage also. So let me get the plugs back in and see if we can get it cranked and see if we can see what's going on. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna crank it up. I'm gonna spray some starting fluid at the cylinders that are not firing and see, do we hear a change in how the engine runs. If it starts to pick up a cylinder, then we know that we got an injector that's not working. Start button. It's got a delay in it. most definitely it's got injectors that are not working. Because if you can hear it as I spray at the cylinders that are not firing, you can hear them pick up, and then once I stop spraying, they will go away. So we got 2 injectors that are bad. So I don't think there's no way you can clean them. We just have to replace them. The one last thing to do will be to check voltage to them, just to see, to make sure we got voltage. But I'm pretty sure that those injectors are just not firing, and you can't really see the fuel spraying into them, because once you crank it up, these rear flaps automatically close up. They're on an electric motor. So I'm suspecting the injector is just bad. It's sitting around with bad gas in it. So I am going to verify that we got voltage to the injector, and then if we do, I'll just have to order 2 injectors for it. But we know that we got fire going to them, and we just got a fueling issue. So I'm gonna check that out and show you what I find out. So I've been doing some studying on these engines. They actually have 2 injectors. You have a secondary injector, which is up here on the top of the throttle body, and you have your primary injector, which is angled into the exhaust port, which is right here where I have that plug unplugged. That's your your primary. So your secondary injectors, which is up here at the top of the throttle body right here, it don't come on to around 5,600 RPMs. It comes on at high RPMs as you throttle it, and it runs off your primary. So I'm suspecting the primary injector, which is angled into the intake, which runs all the time, is bad. So I did read some guys were saying theirs were clogged up from the bike sitting. In order to get to it, you have to pull the whole injector rail off just to get to them injectors. So I don't know if it's worth trying to take them off and clean them, or just get some new ones, but definitely injector issue. So I'm gonna look into getting some new injectors for it and get those in. If I can find another form where guys were taking them out and cleaning them, I'll try it and show you guys. But as of right now, I got voltage going to it, so it's definitely an injector. So I've been doing some research on these bikes, and the Gen 2 models, I might be wrong, but what I read, Gen 2 models came with 2 sets of injectors. You have your secondary injector, which is at the top of the throttle body, and you have your your primary injector, which is down here, angled into the cylinder. Well, your secondary injector don't come on until you're like half throttle or 5,600 RPMs, and it's for fuel economy and more engine performance. So your secondary injectors don't run all the time, and the problem is, I believe the primary injector is not working, because your primary injector, that's what actually runs the engine at lower RPMs and idle and all of that. So I'm going to check the voltage to the injector just to make sure we got voltage to it. I think is a injector light, test light. So I'll get you guys zeroed in there. So I got this little light here. It's got a little checker. It's got little light bulbs in it. I
I'm thinking I can use this. I got 2 wires coming out of the injector plug. I'm gonna crank the bike up, try and gently hold that on there and see, does it light up. I'm gonna take the light away a little bit. Let's see if we can get it cranked back up. I guess my little light don't work. Anyway, I put the test light on it, so we know we got power going to the injector. So it's definitely a fuel injector problem. So I'm gonna see if I can order 1 or 2. Might have to order all of them, not the secondaries, but the primary. But in order to get them off, you gotta pull that whole fuel rail, get them out of there, and replace them. So we'll do some more research, see what I can come up with, so we can get all 4 cylinders hitting, and should run like a beast. Well, I did research some fuel injectors, and I got some ordered, and they are on the way. So I'm just going to let the bike sit until those fuel injectors get in, look up some more stuff for it, and hopefully we can get those injectors in and this bike crank up and run with no issues. The scary part was when I drained that oil out, it was milky looking. So hopefully it's just condensation buildup that's in there. And hopefully it's not nothing wrong with the engine, like a blown head gasket or something like that. But anyway, that's going to be it on this video right now. Hope y'all enjoyed this portion of the 1300 Hayabusa. And once I get the parts, I'll get it together, and you guys will see it and get this thing back to the owner so he can get it out and ride it. Alright, like, share, subscribe, check out the first channel, RPM Auto. Leave those comments, thumbs up. Thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and y'all have a good one.